The first highlight we have is here just outside Millennium Force's entrance. We see all of the cars for the trains of Millennium Force, all three, staged with new wheels, new road wheels that roll on top of the track, of course. And the trains are all ready to go here. They're ready for installation. If you see trains sitting outside the entrance at this point in the year at Cedar Point, it generally means that they are all ready to go. So we just take a walk around here in this quick highlight to see the lap bars and take a look at the trains that you may not get to see once they're on the track and rolling, including the chassis and getting to see like the wheel assembly. That's actually called a bogie, the wheel assembly. And there you see the 3 sets of wheels on 3 sides of each rail. And you notice how the trains hook together as well through this type of assembly. So it's just really cool to see Millennium Force's trains all sitting out here on the midway just outside the entrance to the coaster, waiting installation and the start of the new season. Next up, we're going to hear from the project manager on the progress and current progression and future upcoming progress for Steel Vengeance.
The construction of Steel Vengeance. So, some of the high points, it is the tallest at 205 feet tall, fastest at 74 miles per hour, and wildest as just the wildest hybrid coaster in the world. So where we're at in the construction process is the structural steel, or the actual track itself is 100% complete. We're done. Once the track is complete, then we chase through the entire wooden structure and reinforce the structure itself to accommodate the new coaster. So that's about 90% complete on the structure itself. They're just following the track around and adding cross members and structural members as required where it's needed. We are currently in the process of installing all the mechanical equipment. Mechanical equipment consists of the brakes, the motors that drive the lift motor, and the electrical control system is also being installed. And what that does is it's basically the roller coaster's computer. It tells the roller coaster how fast it's going, how much brake is needed, and also controls each block within the coaster itself to ensure everybody's safety. So that's currently being installed, currently being wired up. The trains are on their way. They'll be here shortly in the near future. And from there, we'll get them on the track and start the commissioning process in the foreseeable future. Don't have any specific dates, but it's in the near future. So, from a general site, we have to develop the site along with the coaster. So, we'll be crossing the tracks to enter the ride queue. At the entry queue, you'll see Steel Vengeance's ride ID sign, which is a nice rock structure. It's real cool looking, real neat, real themed to the Frontier Town theme, so it's really cool. So from there, you'll see your Steel Vengeance ride entry sign. Look right, you'll see the lockers for any loose articles, and then you'll enter the queue through a ride entry structure, which is where the test seat will be, and so forth. So then you'll get into the queuing system within the infield, I call it, of the roller coaster. So then from there, you'll get up to the station, and we're reusing the Main Street station, the old Main Street station. We're retrofitting it to accommodate this new coaster. So you'll ride the tallest, fastest, wildest hybrid coaster in the world, enjoy yourself, and you'll exit. And on the exit side, you'll get an opportunity to see your photo. And on this ride, and I'm not sure about any other ones throughout the park, this one will offer video. So that'll be a neat opportunity. So then from there, you pick up your news articles and go on and enjoy your day. So things are going great. We're where we need to be. It looks awesome. I mean, you can see it in the background. Got some real neat inversions. We have 4 inversions. It is 5,740 feet long, which lasts 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I didn't like that. So, with that being said, I will open it up to any questions and walk around and like to answer as much as I possibly can. Any questions?
Any homages to Main Street, like the theming at all, or like any taking things on the walls?
So there were some questions in regards to any homage to Main Street, if there's anything left over that you would see and pay respect to it. And I will say that that's not the case. It is Steel Vengeance. It is themed towards Steel Vengeance, which is the old Midwestern theming and feel, and the trains are themed towards that. So it's a completely new experience. So the cameras will be placed as you see, and I'm trying to be as tall as I can and point up towards that direction, but as you come over that bank, that outward bank, it'll take your picture as you're coming down. So the question was, is there at Dollywood, they use a linear motor system to convey you up the lift hill versus the conventional chain. And that's a decision Rocky Mountain makes based on, I'm assuming, would be historical proven maintenance reliability. So go back to what's proven and what's worked. Any other questions? I'll walk around, so raise your hand so I can see you. No other questions. Everybody just wants to get to the infield and take pictures.
How were the challenges on this compared to working out anything like more challenging here?
Yeah. So the question was, my previous projects at Cedar Point have been Valraven. That was my first coaster. Last year I did Cedar Point Shores, and this year Steel Vengeance. The question was, what are some challenges within this roller coaster versus some other ones? And I would say the total duration and timing of everything has to be closely monitored, because you don't see the day-to-day progress as much so as a Valraven. You still see it, but it's not as defined and short-term. It was a very long-term process. Yeah, so the question was, how has weather affected the off-season construction? We've had two previous winters were fantastic. This winter's been a little more challenging for us. But we're working through it, and we just make accommodations to do what we need to do to make sure we stay on schedule. Question was, how will Steel Vengeance perform in adverse weather conditions? Steel Vengeance is a it'll function well. It'll function well, very well. From my past experience, there aren't as many restrictions as other rides in terms of rain, wind, etc. I don't know those specifics. So the question is there a target speed for the mid-course brake run? And so there's no controls between after you drop over the lift hill above kinetic energy. And so then once it gets around to the brake, so that's all designed in. That's all designed in. And try to see it. Okay, there we go. So that's all designed in, and then once you get up to the block brake, it reads sensors as to your exact speed, so then the braking system knows how hard or not so hard to brake.
In the last few years, we've been able to sit in the new cars and have our picture taken. Are they going to do that today too?
So the question is, in the past few years, we've had trains available for this winter chill out. Jason, any help on that question from a marketing standpoint?
Trains being available?
Yes.
They're just not ready yet. So the timing with the ride, manufacturing, we don't have one available yet. They'll be coming soon though, right?
Yeah, they're on their way. So I don't want to get anybody's hopes up and lead John and say, well, they might be later on. But I can say that they are not here this year, unfortunately.
Yep. We're going to have to move along and start walking if you...
Okay.
Do you have some guidelines?
Yeah, so it is an active construction site. It is a little muddy, so you don't have to go if you don't want to. And we ask that you follow Jason, your tour guide, and he'll walk you where you're allowed to go. The erection. So
if we walk past like the entrance area, take a couple good pictures of that. Because I'm probably just going to take video in here. Maybe a couple stop for pictures.
I'm sure it'll be on the internet in the next 10 minutes.
Come right back out. We can't spend too much time. We gotta keep it. He says like.
So after the Q&A session, we got a chance to walk in the infield again, and this is something we've gotten to do a couple times now for Steel Vengeance through a couple different events and our coverage. So we've been able to do this before, but just taking a look at the track work again, you can see it's all done as they mentioned, and you saw the Q area there, a lot more rails being ripped out, and then we just take a quick little circle look around here. Again, not a whole lot of changes. Take a look at the main post to see the pictures we took inside here, including the installed brakes on that mid-course brake run. So again, not much to see change-wise. You do see some brighter colored wood that would be freshly installed as well. And then there is that brake run with that inversion right underneath it. Still a really cool looking inversion to see.
Okay, this is the hydraulic system of the dragster. Everything you see on this side is repeated on the other side. So what you're seeing is only half of what makes this ride run. This is based on a nitrogen accumulator system. You'll see right in front, you'll see it has the danger nitrogen and BSD. That is an accumulator, a piston accumulator. Down in the pit is two large 500 horsepower motors that fill this accumulator. It takes about 45-50 seconds to fill this accumulator. When the ride's ready to launch, all the safety systems engage, and at the end of this accumulator, there's two very large cartridge valves that open, sending the oil up all these hoses up to the 32 hydraulic motors. It takes about, 3.5 to 4 seconds to empty it and about 45 seconds to fill. It runs at about 300 bar, plus or minus a little bit. So, and what you see up there, you see the 32 red hydraulic motors, and then okay, you see the beige piece of steel that the motors are attached to, that is a gearbox. That's what brings all 16 motors on this side together to the shaft that drives the drum that the cables are attached to. At top speed, that drum does 540 RPM. It's almost 7 feet in diameter. So it's quite impressive when this thing goes ahead and launches. Then once it's launched, there's a separate reversing motor that goes ahead and kicks in and brings the catch car back to the home position, and everything starts again.
The coaster crew, like Dollywood event, and then it failed, and I'm like, never mind. That one's
So here is the former site of the All Wheels Extreme Arena. And you can see it's completely gone, as we've shown you in posts from Tony's picture shares. Also have somebody working on Wicked Twister, but the stadium's completely gone. Opens up a big plot area here for something more.
Everybody's having a good time today. At least the rain has held out, so that's a good thing. A little bit of history of what we do here at Ride Maintenance. All of our coaster cars come into the shops during the winter. They get rebuilt and we put them back on. So what you're seeing here is a progression of taking the cars apart on this side of the shop, and they go through all the testing, getting washed, getting non-destructive testing. Then they go on the other side of the shop over here where they get put back together. And the same thing happens with the Maverick cars that are on that side over there. And then once everything is rebuilt, we put it back onto the track. Get ready for the summer. Trying to think of what else to talk about here real quick. Anybody got any questions? Yes, sir.
What is the most annoying ride mechanics?
That was the dragster for sure. The most annoying ride was the dragster. The highest maintenance item that we have here. Everybody shaking their head yes over here too.
So to wrap up, we take another look around the maintenance shop and see some of these wheels, and then we're going to see the Maverick cars back here in the second portion, as he mentioned. And I want to thank everybody for watching our video, watching our highlights. I know they were kind of roughly cut together, but be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page and check out the full post with lots more pictures from behind the scenes winter chill out at Cedar Point. And we will see you at the park.